Hi, welcome. Today I want to share with you a deep core connection and womb connection, pelvic connection practice. And this is one that I do personally quite often. And it is a simple pelvic abdominal womb massage. So it doesn't actually matter what you call it. I like to use this practice as a way of simply connecting to my body, connecting into the pelvic space, combined sometimes with meditation, and sometimes it's just for deep relaxation, and sometimes for the purposes of helping with pelvic pain, perhaps leading up to my period. I'll use this practice as well, but it is something that I do quite regularly. Now, I will share with you the oils that I use. I do use doTERRA oils. I'm not a rep, but I have them available on my website. Please take a look at these oils if you feel so called. But this one particularly is a monthly blend for women, and it is called Clary Calm, and it has clary sage in there. So just be careful if you're pregnant, wanting to become pregnant, or perhaps expecting that you might be pregnant. This is an oil that you may want to avoid. And then alternatively, I use an oil blend that I create for my clients and for myself as well. And I do use clary sage and some other calming oils in this one, based in a coconut blend. So let me first start with a few tips, and I will start in this position and then show you some other positions, or the position that I would preferably do this kind of massage in. And so to begin with, I would generally take this roller, apply it to the abdomen. And so the first thing to know if you're wanting to do pelvic and womb massage is that you'd need to have your, basically from your pubic bone up and perhaps even lower, exposed. But for the purposes of this video, I don't feel comfortable with doing that in the public. So if you could just imagine that these, I would be bringing this right down to pubic bone and having more of my abdomen exposed. And so perhaps you do this without clothing, or just really shifting your clothing quite further down. So you can apply the oil, and then you can use that in conjunction with another oil if you like, or you can just use your own oil blend. There is actually, which leads me to my next point, no right or wrong way to do this. So this is really about feeling into your body, feeling calm and relaxed in your body, and if it feels good, then it's fine to do. If it feels uncomfortable in any way, then of course you look to changing how you're approaching your technique. But I would always say that there is no right or wrong. There are other practitioners who would tell you that it needs to be done a particular way. I personally feel like your body and your own understanding of your body and how it feels for you is your best guidance. Now, in terms of positions, I generally like to do this laying down, and you can take a few different positions, but a really nice one is to take the feet wide, have the knees falling in, and being able to relax through the pelvis and massage in this position. Another nice position is the feet falling in together and the knees hanging wide, and again, if you need, you could put some support underneath the knees just to be able to fully relax, is a nice position. Or you could just simply have a bolster under your knees or laying flat. Again, no right or wrong, just experimenting with different positions that feel good for you. So I would generally start, let me just get a bit more oil for myself. I'll just show you some suggestions of things that you can try. Generally start in some cross patterning techniques. So taking from basically one hip towards the rib cage of the opposite side. So that can feel really nice and relaxing, nourishing. And of course, when you do this, you want to allow the belly to relax and bulge. So you don't want to hold a grip through the abdomen. Allow it to hang and let go, and just notice how comfortable or uncomfortable that may be to simply do that for yourself. And some women just touching this part of their body in this way feels foreign, but also really nice to them. And then some cross sweeping motions. So I like to imagine the pressure of as if you're patting a dog or a cat, and those nice sweeping, stroking motions. And so I'm doing this sitting up, which feels fine doing it sitting up actually. But of course you can do this laying down if that feels just more relaxing. You can get into your body a little bit easier often, close down the eyes and just be with the body. Another nice one is to really get into the sides of the hips, and to be honest I would be doing this quite a bit lower. Imagining just taking some circular motions around where you sense your ovaries would be, or just inwards from the pelvis. So circular motions feel good, changing directions. Also just bringing the hands towards the pubic bone and out towards the hips. And then a nice one to incorporate with a little bit of visualization and imagery is to, no, I'll actually stay sitting to show you this, is to work your way around the pelvis. So coming in from the hips to the abdomen, into the hips, up from the pubic bone. And as you're doing this, imagining that you're drawing energy into your center, drawing the energy into your center. So particularly, say for example, if you've been a little bit relaxed on some boundaries perhaps, or giving away some of your energy to certain people or things, activities that you actually don't resonate with, having trouble saying no to things and wanting to actually implement that action. Imagining you're drawing that energy in, back into your center, taking it back. And so just taking motions around the pelvis, around the abdomen, drawing back to your center. And then another beautiful imagery that I like as well is to take your preferred position and then from abdomen, sweeping towards the side of the body and even taking the hand all the way to the floor. And imagining that you're releasing and letting go of whatever it might be that you want to give back to the earth, Mother Earth, or just release from your body, whatever imagery feels good for you. Letting go, giving back, releasing that energy. Knowing that you have grown from whatever it may be your experience. Knowing that it has served you beautifully on your path. But just choosing now to give that back, to release, to let go. Or perhaps it resonates more so for you to acknowledge and thank what it is, your experience, thank your learnings from the experience, and just know that you're moving in a new direction, a new pathway, or that you have a new way of being that you would like to explore and express. And so this be the symbolism or symbolic of that transformation, that change, and stepping into that new way of being. And so, like I said, I like to combine this sometimes with a meditation, perhaps a question comes to mind as you're doing this, and intention comes to mind, or just being in communication with this space in your body, perhaps some wisdom or thoughts, contemplation, whatever comes to body, heart or mind as you're doing this. And so I use it for that purpose, or just to simply relax and connect in with this space. It's really beautiful also to use this as an adjunct, particularly if you're experimenting with tuning into your cycle and tuning into womb wisdom, pelvic wisdom, or just being in relationship with your feminine body. So I hope you find that helpful. Always happy for questions, comments, and your thoughts as well. Thanks for being here. Bye.